Hello, Pete. First trading day of the week. It's gonna be a rough ride for people today. All right, let's take a look at the market. Um, Look like TLT is spiking. Well, rate is spiking, so that's not a good thing, right? Let's go to TLT. Yep, TLT is going to test this again. Okay, right now it is 141.2. Right there, right at this line. All right, so we have been here before a few times. Okay, most recent last week. So here we go again. Okay, and eventually we will likely break that line. All right, so keep that in mind. If you feel the market is scary right now, just wait until TLT go below that line, which I think it will. The question is not when, if it's going to go down below, it will. Because right here is the 10-year bond is at 1.8, and a lot of experts, pundits on CNBC is predicting the 10-year bond will rise roughly to 2% in the next 3 months, which is a little bit more than 5%. Oh, my glass is so dirty. Excuse me. So we could be in for a real rough year this year. Okay, so be careful out there. As much as I like a lot of stocks, I still have 30% plus in cash. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with cash. Okay, some of the worst commentary that you hear anywhere is cash is trash, inflation this, inflation that. Well, I hate to say it, but cash is cash. You can put your money in many other assets and see it go down 5, 10, 15%. I don't care what inflation is. I care about keep my cash where it is. Okay. So TLT, can TLT go down? Let's see. Right now it's 1.8. Let me take a look. Let me do some quick math here on my iPhone. If TLT, if bond yield go to 2% instead of like where it is right now is roughly 1.8%. So we can have 10%. All right, so you're talking about potentially rate can go another 10% roughly. All right, but what does that mean to TLT? Does that mean that TLT can go down to to this point right here? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. 10% lower for the TLT because bond rate jump from 1.8 as of right now to 2%. Uh, can the equity market go down another 5 to 10%? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. So this is not the time to go all in on anything. There's nothing wrong with buying a little bit on a dip with the cash, which I plan to do. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I can't stress enough that this is what I stressed to my brother the past since December. Buy small. If you are, if ultimately I want to own, here's a perfect example. Back in back last year, the height of my ownership of Starbucks, one of the stocks that I like a lot, is 300 share. I own 300 share of Starbucks at the height of my love for Starbucks last year. Right? I sold them all. I sold them all, make good profit on them, and guess where Starbucks is right now? Okay, let's take a look at Starbucks. We're done with the TLT. Look at Starbucks. Okay, right here I bought some. I bought some, I bought some, I bought some. Right now it's teetering. It's gonna break below 100. Okay, this is a line that I drew before it get there. See, I drew this line and then I draw this line. It hang out here. It hung up here for 3 or 4 days, right? And then it gave it gave that line away and go down here. So remember, I stressed this multiple times already in every session. Stock go from level to level. Okay, what doesn't matter if it's go up or down, it go from level to level. So you have to take a look at the next level. So now the big question is, what happened to Starbucks should it crack 100, which it looked like it will today? It did Friday briefly. Okay, where would it go? Low. Okay, no doubt about it. The low 95.92 is a low. So let's draw a line there so that we see it. Sometimes it's so sensitive. Roughly. Okay, I'm gonna put it right there. Oops. 95.92. 95.92. Close enough. There you go. All right. So if the stock market crash, all right, if the stock market crashed, say 5 to 10% from here because TLT surged to 2%. Well, the yield, the 10-year bond surged to 2%. Well, can Starbucks go down to this level, 95, 96? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Okay. Not a time to be a hero of any sort. All right. Let the market play out. Be patient. Can I stress that enough? Be patient. All right, let me adjust my screen here. So as of right now, I'm watching Starbucks. And let me save this so that I have this line in there. Say grid is Starbucks. Absolutely. All right, so let's go on to another stock that just announced earning this morning that got whacked in pre-market. One of my favorite, Goldman Sachs. Okay, Goldman Sachs getting whacked right now. It's 364. It's testing and breaking the previous line of support right here. Okay, so it's going below. All right, so now where next for Goldman Sachs? All right, you notice I drew a line right here at about 347, 348. That's another rep low. Can Goldman Sachs go down that low? Should the market crash? Absolutely. That would be awesome. I would love to have Goldman Sachs right here. The most I have ever owned Goldman Sachs is like 100 shares. Okay, that's the most I have ever owned Goldman Sachs. I don't put a lot in, but I like it. Let's expand this a little bit so we can see better. See right here, you see this the previous wick down is 366. Okay, 366.73-ish. Well, guess what? Pre-market 364. So we are going down here, 364. I don't see any reason why it won't touch the next reference low support. So do nothing. Today is one of those days where I just text my brother before I launch the session. Do nothing. Just sit back, let the market chill. Well, let the market crash or whatever it's doing. There's nothing wrong with doing nothing. Okay, that's the beauty of having cash. You can buy, but you don't have to jump in right away. Another stock that people have talked to me about, Costco. Well, guess what? Costco is going to take a beating today. Okay, The question is, where next? Let's expand this a little bit and see. Look at Costco, okay? I think the first time that I launched my investment chat, it it held very well, okay? This spot right here was a beauty. It held that reference support, beautiful. But then the market, you can't fight. It's very difficult for any stocks to fight the gravity of the market. Keep that in mind, okay? This is why I hate to use a term, and I prefer never to use a term, and I hate hearing this term on CNBC or anything. It's like safe stock or safe people flight. There's a flight of safety to something. When the market is down, especially if someone start to get that 5 or 10% or 20% down correction, crash, there is no flight to safety. The only place safe at that point is cash. Okay, so Costco, great company, but it's not gonna be able to fight gravity. All right. So right now in pre-market, it's already break the 500 support, or the not support, but that price, which is right here. Okay, right here. It needs to hold the line, 499. Okay, I need to change this 100 moving average. Change that so I can see better. Yes. So the moving average is right here at 500. Look like it's gonna test that for sure. It's gonna test, Costco is gonna test that. And if that fail, well, guess what? We can go down to 473, 474. Okay. So keep that in mind. Would I like to buy Costco here? Heck yes. Heck yes. But for it to get down there, yeah, if the market crashed 5%, 10% from here, why can't Costco be 473, right? So keep that in mind. I'm gonna save this so that I have that changing color. Save grid. Save. So it's there. All right. What another stock that I like a lot that got clobbered last week? JP Morgan. Here we go. Ugly looking chart. Where next? Right? Let's expand this suckers and take a look. Where next? Well, look like the 200 MA. Look at all the moving average. The cluster, it's below it. Okay, it's below it. So next is right there. Next ref row is 152. Will JPM get down there? Possibly. Keep this in mind too. A lot of time the reference low or support is not exactly just on one spot. If you look at the JP Morgan, you can see that right here. All right, it hit 151.84. Okay, and right here it went down to 150.49. So the range is really between 150.49 to 151.84. So the support is right there. Okay, but I'm gonna draw a line right here just so that we have that. But it can go a little bit lower. You're talking within $1. Okay, that range. But let's do it. Let's draw it in there so that we have. JPM around 151 from 52. Awesome, awesome buy. I would. At one point, I had the most I ever held JP Morgan last year was 150, no, 250 shares. At one point I had 250 shares of JP Morgan. Right now, I took a little nibble last week after earning and they get crushed, but I think I have like 20 shares, 25 shares. I bought like, 10% of what I had before. So there's a lot of room to add on JPM for me. Okay, no rush here. So yeah, keep watching. Set my alert. and just be patient. Can't stress that enough. Be patient. So we look at Costco. Did we look at Starbucks? Okay, we did look at Starbucks, right? If we did, you see it right there. Yeah, I like Starbucks. Look like it's gonna test, go below this support line right here. So guess what? We're gonna go to the ref low almost a year ago at 95, 92. Would I buy at 95, 96? Excellent. Yes, I would. I would buy Starbucks at 96 easily. At one point last year, at the height, I own 400 shares of Starbucks. As of right now, I think I have like 60 shares. Okay, not a lot, not a lot. Nike, I like Nike, but liking it is one thing. It needs to hold. Nike right now pre-market is 147.65. So right there, it is in that spot. Okay, it need to hold. Basically, this is the spot that Nike need to hold. If not, if this fail, this is a very important line for Nike. Okay, the 146.6 is very important. Okay, it right now pre-market is 147. If this fail, it has basically until 144.5. Okay, let me expand this. I have very little Nike, but I do have some share that I bought right here. Okay, I bought some share right here in that range because I see a little support, and I need to see Nike to prove that it can hold that line for me to add more. But if that fail, well, guess what? It can go as low as 144.37 and still be okay. But that is the absolute stop right there. Okay, that's where my stop is. My stop is right there, right above that. Okay, my stop is around 144.4 or something like that. I put it right up there. If this fail, I'm out and I will lose, a little bit, not a big deal. But why would I want to get the F out? If this fail, well, we can go down to the gap. Okay, the gap is like 135 down there. I at the least it's gonna go down to 138, right? Um, guess what? I'd rather sell at 145, 144 than sell at 138. All right. I would buy back at 138. I would buy back at 138. I would buy back at between 138 and 135. That range, it would be amazing bargain to buy some Nike. As always, if the market crash 5 or 10% from here, why wouldn't Nike go down there? Okay, there is nothing. No stocks, however great it is going to be able to hold the gravity. Okay, gravity will pull them all down. Pile up your cash, get ready to buy the dip, the crash, whatever you want to call it. So Nike, I like it right there. Well, I like Nike. It needs to hold. What else do we want to take a look at? How about Target? I have not traded Target in a long time. I don't like it, and I'm not touching it. It looked vulnerable. Okay, it looked like, can Target go down to 215? Heck yes. 215 is a good spot for Target right there. See that? That's a good spot. In fact, let me draw a line there and save Target. I like that. I like that a lot. 215-ish. Okay, 215, 216. Target would be a good target. Pun intended. Okay. Now, why did I draw that line there? First of all, ref support, ref low right there, right? And then prior resistance, ref support right there. So there's a couple key point. So target need to stay above that. If it touch that line and bounce, I'm good. Okay, I'm good to nibble a little target there. But if it doesn't, no bueno. Hopefully I said some Spanish that make any sense. No bueno. BGT. Yes, save that sucker right there. How about Walmart? Ooh, no touch. No Walmart, me no likey. Not there. Not there. How about Google? Yeah, Google. Come down to the 200 MA and I will consider. Google is a great stock to trade. I have not owned Google for a while, but come down to the 200 MA and daddy would nibble. How about Amazon? Oh, Amazon. Oh boy. Oh boy, Amazon. Okay. Look like we are going to test below 3,200 today. Okay, so this right here, this line 3184 must hold. Okay, must hold. Amazon is very weak. I have traded Amazon so many times. For me, over the past year, buying Amazon 3,200 and below and be patient for a few weeks has been a great trade. Okay, I have bought Amazon around here 3, 4, 5 times over the past 12 months. It's awesome. And I sell Amazon where? Right here. Okay, in this range right here, around 3,300 to 3,500. Yeah, I have missed the top. I have missed Amazon twice in this the spike here from 36 to 7. I have missed both times. I have gotten out way earlier. Not a problem. I have no regret buying Amazon 3,200, selling Amazon between 3,400 and 3,500. No problem. Okay. I take my money. I take my profit. How many people hold on to Amazon this whole time and miss out on everything? Okay. There's people that refuse to trade. Okay. I'm going to hold on to Amazon until the end of time. Well, you miss out on 3, 4, 5 times to make 10% on your money flipping back and forth. Nvidia, next buy. I like Nvidia. It needs to hold here. If it fails to hold here, oh boy, it can go a long way. Okay, it can go a long way. You don't want that. All right, you don't want that. Where would be the next spot? Oh boy, first spot is right here, the gap. Okay, right here, where the low of day is 239. Right there, roughly right there, 238. Okay, add a drawing line. It's a long way down. Okay, long way down. 238, 238, 239-ish. Okay, that's a long way down for Nvidia. Let's draw that in. If that failed, then we get this spot right here, which is the perfect spot, not that far, 231, which is the gap fill line, as well as prior high, prior resistance right here. Okay, so not that far below. Would I add to, well, first thing first, Nvidia needs to do what? Hold the line right here. Let me say Nvidia right here. What line am I talking about? Right here. Previous low. It needs to hold 256.44. It needs to hold that. If that means anything, which is not that, that's just a one reference point. It needs to hold that. If that failed, wham, bam, 238, 239, we will go, which would be a great spot to buy. All right, what else do we want to take a look at before I say bye-bye? I got 3 or 4 more minutes before I say bye-bye and start to focus on the market. Did we look at Costco? We did, right? Yeah, Costco, I nibble right here, but look like it's gonna test it, and then it's gonna go down to 473-ish, 472, and I'll buy more there. We talked about Costco already, I think. What else? Oh, Facebook. Let's do Facebook. Meta. I keep calling it. Meta is 323. Look like it's gonna come down. 323. Yep. It's gonna go. It needs to hold that line at 320-ish. It needs to hold. If not, we're gonna go see 300 again. Would I buy Facebook at 300? Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep this in mind. Earning season is here. Okay, so I tend to be patient with earning because the last thing I want to do is buy into anything before earning, and then they come out with some kind of bad earning, and then the stock get whacked. So when it's earning season, I prefer to be more patient than I normally am. Okay, so there's no rush into buying anything, especially when earning is in a week or two. Just look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs got the wackaroo. Okay, yeah, no need to be a hero here. No need to be a hero. Goldman Sachs is 361 right now. Okay, it's gonna be tested. This it's going. Okay, Goldman Sachs. Would I love to buy Goldman Sachs at 349, 348? Heck yes. No need. Let them. Anyone that bought Goldman Sachs here thinking that it's a bargain, well, guess what? Earning today, smack it. So I pay very close attention to earning. Okay, when we have earning seasons, try not to step in front of the train. Try your best to avoid stepping in front of the train, no matter how good the bargain look. Okay, try. Good morning, Thomas Churchill. UNH. Oh, I like UNH. Um, well, first of all, it is this gonna hold here? Nope, not likely, right? I'm gonna do this, expand this suckers. Well, where's the next ref? Okay, 454-ish would be the spot where it need to hold. Okay, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Nothing is by accident, people. Okay, got to understand how the computer think, how the fund, the hedge fund, you name it. This is how what they do. Okay, what we do here is not rocket science. Oh man, I hate it when I do something stupid like that. Come on. Ah, not what I want to do. Add a drawing, add a line. Yes. I want to save this chart too because I like UNH. I usually trade the other company, the other vampire that let's see, boom, right there. You see this? You see this? Okay, it's not an accident. It's not an accident that the stock is trying to just play around this spot because that's the ref market just opened. So if this fail, it better hold. The 100 MA is going to be the one. Okay, sure. Can it go down to 455, the next reference low? Absolutely. So that's the next spot. So remember, I keep saying this and I will keep repeating it until people get it. When something fail, when a level of support fail, it go down to the next level. And the next level could be a recent low, like this one right here, 455-ish. It needs to hold. If that doesn't, it go down to the next level. And the next level here is where? Right here, the 100 MA. And if that failed, where next? Ref low 435. Okay, so go level to level on the way down, level to level on the way up. There is not rocket science here. It's not about some random spot that you think, oh, it's cheap enough now. No, it's not. Okay, if you're gonna buy something, pay attention to the chart, pay attention to what the computer is looking at. trying to front run the computer if you can. That's what we do. That's what swing traders do. We're trying to front run the computer because we know what we understand what the computer is looking at. Okay. The one that I trade more than UNH is ANTM. Okay, if you don't know what ANTM is, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. That's ANTM. Okay, Anthem. This is the one that I trade more. I saw all of my holding at 464 ish, between 460 and 464. I let go. I didn't have a lot. I had like 20 shares. I let them all go. And would I buy Anthem? Anthem support is going to be about 448, right? That's where it is right now. It's dropping right to the ref support. Would I buy it here? Probably not. I will let it sink to the 50 MA at 433. Great bargain there. And then 427 and then 412. It's a lot of spot. Okay, Anthem is way high. I would not touch it here. We got a long way to go. Good morning, Vinny. Good morning. You came in right at the end. Let me text my brother. Okay, so the market is deep red. Google. Yeah, I like Google. Goldman Sachs 354. Yeah, there's no reason why. See, look at how insane this is. Okay, like I said, is it a surprise to see Goldman Sachs coming down here? All right, I got my alert set at 348, so I know it's near my buy point. But yeah, 348, 349. I think my alert is 350 actually, because I want to be ready if it breached 350, so that I can put in order to buy at 348, 349. But yeah, I would buy Goldman Sachs right there. A beauty. Okay, let it slide. Let it slide. But Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, the two big banks, the fact that they both did so poorly. Yeah, JPM was it last Thursday or Friday? But yeah, JPM, yeah, 155. It's get down to 155. It has a way to go, okay? But at 151, would I buy JPM at 150, 150, 151? Heck yes. Heck yes. All day. All day, okay? All right, people. That's long enough. Going forward, if I do a session, it's gonna be like 9 o'clock because I figure 9:15 was too late because the market opened in 15 minutes. If I start something at 9 o'clock, at least I have a leeway of 30 minutes to answer questions or to talk about the market in general. But nothing has changed since last week. Okay, if bond rate keep going higher, which it is, then the Nasdaq's gonna crash. The Nasdaq is gonna sell off. So is the rest of the market. But before I go, Bitcoin also is crashing or falling, which annoys me. Not that I worry about short term. As I mentioned already in the previous chat, if it's anything that's abundantly clear to me about Bitcoin is forget about all the nonsense model that other people use. Okay, hopefully you get that point over the past few months. I don't care what other models are saying, other pattern are saying, 4-year cycle this, 4-year cycle that. In fact, let me show you something. Where's my history? Before I go, I want to show you something. What I do? Library, history, library, history. I will put a link into the chat and you can click on that video if you haven't seen it. But let me rotate this real quick. Let me put that link in there. If you follow my Bitcoin opinion in the past few months, I talk about Bitcoin futures and the suppression of the price from the big boys. Of course, no one talk about that, okay? No one. Only this channel talk about it. All the other channel talk about all kind of crazy nonsense on a daily basis with the whole. I talk about suppression because the big boy is going to do this until they get all the Bitcoin that they need in order to issue the ETF at a much higher price. So if you pay attention to what I said, let's see, let me share the screen real quick before I go. Okay, the video in the link is exactly this link right here. It's about Bitcoin price suppression with Plan B. It was launched January 15. I just happened to see this video this morning, and I chuckled. I'm just like, where would everybody talk about suppression before? I've been talking about it for months. But everyone was so busy in predicting Bitcoin to 100K in December, Bitcoin 150K in December, Bitcoin 250K, whole lot of nonsense. There is zero credibility of most people on YouTube. Keep that in mind, zero, okay? If you want honest opinion, not hump, not pump, not hype, not bullshit, welcome to my channel, okay? Same thing with comic books, whole lot of bullshit in this community, whole lot of bullshit. I give you straight, honest answer. You might not like the answer, but you're not gonna make money chasing bullshit. Anyhow, I'm done. Time for me to focus on the market, but I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything. Keep this in mind. Okay, I'm not buying anything right now. I'm watching, just being patiently waiting and watching with my cash. The rest of this community, the rest of the YouTube Bitcoin nonsense are just full of bullshit. Full of bullshit. Okay, it's asinine, but hey, that's what people like to hear. That's why there's millions of people watching all the other bullshit channel. Millions with Bitcoin. Oh my God. I'm sure they're all sitting there sweating and hating and angry. Like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bitcoin is gonna get to 100,000. Why is it 41? Why?" All right, people, enough. Time for me to say goodbye.